Hey guys, it's Carl Brown from GuitarLessons365.com. Today we're going to learn how to play Hunger Strike by Temple of the Dog. So we got that main riff here. We're in standard tuning. It's a little tricky because you have to hold the melody note as long as you can before going back to this open string. So I'll explain when we do it. Plus it's a really repetitive arpeggiated picking pattern. And there's some variations on that pattern that we'll have to learn too, a couple of them actually. And then we're going to learn the big power chord thing for the that shows up in the song a few times. But other than that, it's pretty simple, and not going to be. It's going to be a pretty short lesson today. All right, so let's start here with this main riff. We're going to be picking across strings. It's a good exercise in that. And I always say when you're doing this style of picking, where you're picking across the strings, always pick in the direction of the next string that you're going to play. So if I'm picking this D string, I'm going to pick that and go downward with that, downstroke, because the next string I need to hit is a G string. And then when I come to the G string, I'm going to pick downward because I'm going towards the B. And this time when I hit the B, I'm going to pick upwards because the next string that I need to pick is going to be the G, so it's up. So I'll pick up to go towards that G string. So always pick in the direction of the next string you're going to hit. All right, so let's start here with just those open strings. We're going to pick open D, open G, open B, open G. So that's down, down, up, down. Then we're going to place, I just use my ring finger at the 3rd fret on the B string. You're going to pick that with an upstroke on the G, downstroke on the D, open D, then come back to the B string with an upstroke again, so with this. So that's the pattern, so it's just. So you want to let that B string ring out as long as possible when it's open. So we had this. So don't place it on there. Don't want to place it till right when you play that 3rd fret. And the same thing here. When we start the pattern over, you see how I'm letting that 3rd fret ring. I don't let it pick up that finger until right when I'm picking the open B again. So we have this. Let me just do the pattern without changing the root note here. So we just have this. Hold that 3rd finger. Release. Back down. Hold it, release. So that's what makes it kind of tricky because you don't really change right on the beat there. So, all right, now after you've done the picker pattern once there, you're gonna now add the 2nd fret there on the D is gonna be the root note. So move that 1st finger there, and then the pattern's the same picking and everything, the same movement on top. So you hold that 3rd fret here, till right when you need to get this open B. So we have this without the 2nd fret on the D, then with it. So one more time. Holding that 3rd fret, and then we're back to the open D version. Twice. Remember, let each note on the B string ring as long as possible before the next. It's just kind of rotating between the open B and the 3rd fret. So all together. So you can see it's just the same pattern picked 4 times. All right, up to speed. And just repeat. All right, now there's a variation of that. I think when Eddie Vedder starts singing, his part comes in, it sounds like this. So basically the pattern's the same. Now at the very end, that's the last time you hit the second string in the third pattern, a third time playing through it, you just slide 3 to 5, back to 3, open B, back to the 3rd fret, and then back to the open. So it is. Alright, now we also have a version of this riff which is really layered on top of this. You'll have somebody still play this same part here, but this one incorporates some kind of chord hits and some harmonics. So it sounds like this. Repeat. Alright, so you might want to put your pinky at the 3rd fret on the high E string, just to get prepared here. You're going to pick across the open, it's kind of the first 4 notes of the picking pattern. So down, down, up, down. And then you're going to add that 3rd fret on the B string again with the 3rd fret on the high E already and strum the top 3 strings. So we have this. Alright, and then when we go to the version with the 2nd fret on the D string, you're just going to do this. You're going to lift up this chord and just pick the first 4 notes, then grab the harmonic at the 5th fret on the D string, and then go back to what we did earlier with the chords. On top, the chord hit on top with the open D. So all together. And just repeat that. Now that'll go on top of this. So those kind of work together. All right, now we have the kind of power chord version of this. This is in, actually I think I might have said this is in standard. This is actually in drop D. If I even said the tuning yet. You can play everything we've played so far in standard tuning, but this part is in drop D. So make sure your low E string is tuned down to D. So that's just on the low 6th string. That'll allow you to do 1-finger power chords, and you're going to have this riff. Back to the riffs. So we have just the open bottom 3 strings, and then the 2nd fret on those same 3 strings with the 1st string. So we have this, and then half step bend release at the 4th fret on the D. Then we just have a quick down up on the muted string. So just mute the strings down here, and you can mute it here too, and repeat. There's a lot of vibrato at the end of that when you release that bend. Alright, so that's about it for all the guitar parts of Hunger Strike. It's a great song, but it's a simple song. It doesn't take much for those guys to create some really cool music. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.